Jordan, very good to see you. Today, we're going to talk about 4 ways to address the cost of long-term care and medical expenses in retirement. According to Fidelity, the average 65-year-old couple will need nearly $315,000 for healthcare in retirement. That's not even including long-term care, which, of course, most people will need. 7 out of 10 people need long-term care at some point, and it's not covered by Medicare. So let's talk through those options. First, we have traditional long-term care insurance. What are the pros and cons?
Yeah, traditional long-term care. If you get qualified for it, if you pay for it, it's maybe more expensive, but it can give you a really good long-term care coverage. The problem is it's hard to qualify. It
Yeah.
is very expensive, and they also can raise the premiums on you in the future. So, also, what if you don't use it? What if you die in your sleep? All that money could be going out the window. So
Mm,
that's something you have to take into effect. One thing I'll also add is we have inside our firm an internal Medicare team to help people with Medicare and with the long-term care as well.
all right. Next, we have a long-term care alternative. What is this?
Yeah, this is what I think a lot of people are more and more interested in. That, what if you don't use your long-term care benefit, but you still want to see a value from that money that you invested in it? Well, you can get this life insurance policy that will have a long-term care benefit. And if you pass away, it goes to your children or your beneficiaries tax free. But if you get sick or you need long-term care, you can actually use the death benefit while you're still alive. A lot of people have access to this even right now because they have an old life insurance policy. If you
Mm,
just get it reviewed and refresh it, you might be able to have a new long-term care benefit with the current policy, or maybe put into a new policy if you choose to.
mm. Your next option would be to self-insure, but this is difficult and can be risky.
Yeah, some people are like, I can self-insure. Yeah, maybe they can self-insure, but if we look at the cost of long-term care, it's expensive.
Right.
And maybe you can afford it, but would you want to see your nest egg and what you're leaving as a legacy be dwindled by 500,000, $1 million, just because you're an extended stay in long-term care? Long-term care is about leverage, and even though if you can self-insure, I like to have leverage because we all have car insurance, we all have homeowners insurance, and there's a good probability, like you said, 7 out of 10, you're going to need some form of long-term care.
Right. And then your last option would be becoming a dependent. I feel like it might not be everybody's first choice, but this is the reality of what happens if you don't have a plan.
It is very true. And a lot of times when we talk to our clients or people that are first coming in, we ask their number one concern, and they say they don't want to be a burden on
Right.
their children. They
Right.
don't want to rely on them. So we don't want anyone to be a dependent on your children. So if you want to fully insulate that and protect that, we need to have a plan to address long-term care. Maybe it's an alternative, maybe it's traditional long-term care, maybe we get more creative and special trust, but ultimately you need to have a plan.
Right. Well, Jordan, clearly there are a lot of options, and I'm sure that it warrants a discussion to figure out what is best for everyone because, of course, everybody's situation is unique. But if somebody wants to talk this through with you, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, we'd love to have a review and see how we can put some value back in your plan and some confidence in that long-term care. Our main number is 847-499-3454.
All right. And again, just to remind everybody, Jordan does have that Medicare team in office as well. Stand by for the QR code at the end that you can scan. Jordan, thank you so much.
Thanks, Aaron.